Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, as the title says, this is the video where we are coming back to Mexico from Hyderabad. So, this would be officially my last video from Hyderabad. I know I said the same in the last video too, but yeah, this is not really in Hyderabad. This is our travel from Hyderabad to Mexico. So the last week when we were in Hyderabad was raining heavily. The whole week it was raining heavily, so I really could not go anywhere on the last week. So most of the times we were at home. And even on the day of my travel, the whole morning it was raining heavily, so we decided to start a bit early to the airport. My flight was early morning at 4:30, but we started at around 11:30 itself because we didn't want any block or any traffic in between. But luckily, it did not rain the night we were traveling. So we started at around 11:30, and the airport is like 1 hour from where I live. So by 12:30, we were in the airport. Since we reached very early, we had to wait for like 30 minutes for the check-in to start because, as I said, we started early and reached early. We were going back in the Etihad Airways. If you have seen my video of the travel from Mexico to Hyderabad, you would have seen that we had booked through Airways, and that's the same flight that I'm going back because we do it to and fro together. And the route is also the same from Hyderabad to Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi to JFK, and from JFK to Mexico City. So this is Hyderabad airport, and as I said, my flight was at 4:30 a.m. So it was an odd hour for us. I was really sleepy, and from our faces, you can see how tired we were traveling at that time. But everything was on time. We boarded the flights on time. But since from Hyderabad to Abu Dhabi, it was just a 4 hour flight, we really could not sleep in that flight too. It was like maybe by the time everybody sits and they turn off the lights, and after eating food we just hardly had like 1 hour of sleep, and by then we reached Abu Dhabi, and then from there again another flight. And let me also make it clear, the food that we keep getting, for example, the food that I showed here in this video, and also in my previous video of my travel from Mexico to Hyderabad, that is only by Etihad Airways. Not all the airways give such good food. I would say Etihad Airways food was really delicious, and we really enjoyed the food. So in Abu Dhabi, this was the first time that this happened. Usually, when we travel through Dubai or any other, Gulf countries, it's usually within the airport. But this time we got down, and we took a bus, and they took us to the terminal, and then from there we had to board the flight. So we had like 3 hours layover in Abu Dhabi, but we hardly got any time to sit and or to freshen up in Abu Dhabi because moving from one terminal to another terminal took a lot of time, and there were a lot of the security checks too. So it took literally, like, we just sat for half an hour, I would say, in Abu Dhabi. So you can see from my face how tired we were. Now we are just ready to eat our food and sleep for next 15 hours because from Abu Dhabi to JFK is a 15 hours flight. So this was a snack that we got. And the lunch or dinner, I don't remember the time, but this is what we got in the 15 hours flight. So we reached JFK airport on time. And one more thing that surprised me this time in my travel is while we were coming back to Mexico, we didn't have to recheck in our luggage in US. Remember, I told you in my previous video that we have to always check in our luggage in US, but this time this didn't happen. So this was the first time that we didn't recheck in our luggage in US, which was really convenient because that saved a lot of time. In JFK Airport, we had to take the train to go to the right terminal, and there also took a lot of time for the security check and other things. We had like 3 hours layover, and with all the security check, we were there on time. We didn't really feel hungry in the airport, so we didn't buy anything. Since our flight was in 3 hours, we just went to the right gate and waited there for a couple of minutes. And now our next destination is Mexico City, but we still can't really be happy because after we reach Mexico City, we have to take a bus from Mexico City to Querétaro. Because as I told you in my other video, that from Mexico City to Querétaro, we have to take a 3 hours bus. Our flight would reach Mexico City at night around 9:30 or 10, and we booked the bus for 1 a.m. because sometimes, if the flight is not on time, and we also might need some time at the immigration and to get the luggage. So that was one of the reasons, because one bus was at around 11 o'clock and the other bus was at 1 o'clock. So we couldn't take the risk of taking the bus at 11, and we booked the ticket for 1 o'clock bus. But we reached Mexico City by 9:30, so we were just thinking in the in the flight that we reached so early, and now we have to wait till 1 a.m. Also, my husband was not planning to come to Mexico City because there was no point in him traveling from Querétaro to Mexico City and then taking us back to Querétaro. So I told him not to come. I told him we would come by ourselves because it was safe, as a bus was within the airport. But my husband gave us a very, very pleasant surprise when we reached Mexico City after we took the luggage. And I just called him to say that we reached and we are going to take our bus at 1 a.m. He was there already at the bus, ticket counter. So that was a very, very pleasant surprise from him. And he also changed the ticket to 11 p.m. So that saved us a lot of time, because otherwise, if we had taken the bus at 1 a.m., we would have reached home at like 4, or by the time we would be home, it would be like 5 a.m. in the morning. But since he was there and he changed the bus to 11 p.m., we reached home really early on time. And as soon as we reached Mexico City airport, we were hungry, and the first thing we ate was Mexican food. We were craving for Mexican food now, as we were tired of eating all Indian food. Not tired, but we wanted, something different. So we ordered chilaquiles. But to be frank, the salsa was not good, so I really didn't enjoy chilaquiles that day. But yeah, we definitely had Mexican food. And then we took the 11 p.m. bus and reached home by 2 a.m. And Rocky was waiting for us. He was really excited to see us home. So that was our travel back to Mexico. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye.